Hi, Universe Darlings. Last one for the week, February 28th. Refer to my February 22nd if you haven't yet, if you're new here. For more info on these daily readings for this week. All right. We've made it through. Let's see what the final outcome is. Till the end of the month. And next I owe your March readings. So I'm finally caught up. And then next, obviously, is the new moon. And then I want to do another one of those pick-a-cards where it's like, kind of like a yes or no reading, but it's just informative. Like, what should you focus on next? Or who's coming into your love life next? Or whatever. You know, one of those readings. I owe you. But most of all, I owe myself to do, because those are fun. And I always learn something about myself along the way. Card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, pick and choose. Pause if you need. Subscribe and hit the bell. Thumbs up. Okay. So, let's see. Last one for the week, card number 1. Finally something different. Bright, refreshing. Le Soleil, the sun. So we've been getting kind of some repetitive cards going here and there all week long, and now it's the last of the month. I think this month has 28 days. I'm pretty sure. Is this one of those years that only has 20? I think so. 28 days instead of 29. Or no, was it 29? No, maybe that's next year, 29. Who knows? Just forget it. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's the last day of the month, 28th. That's what I heard at least. So basically, you're now to the realization, end of the week, end of the month, uncovering some truths about you. You're like, OMG, TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Is it a Friday? I think it falls on a Friday. And I'm doing these readings well in advance, even though it doesn't seem like I am. I really am. Like, this is February 9th today, and I'm reading into the 28th. Because it takes a while to edit, do my other videos, and upload. But regardless, that's Poopsie calling me, gosh. He always calls me like last minute. Look at that. But yeah, you're uncovering the truth, you're reconciling with people, making friends again. You're kind of having forgiveness in your heart. Today, you're just like, yes, I forgive you, you forgive me. Uncovering the naked truth about each other, seeing each other for what you actually are. You're actually like a twin to someone. You're like the same poop with someone. And the sun continues to shine, and the rain continues to fall, and the earth continues to spin, and every day just continues the same. And there's nothing to fear, and every fear you created is just that, created. And everything is flowing, and it's just going. And you realize, hey, after all this time, it will be okay. It is okay. Everything's fine. Everything happens for a reason. That's why I forgive you and you forgive me, and it all worked out. Our paths crossed again. The rivers merged again, and we meet again, and it's okay. You're forgiven. We forgive each other. It's all good. All is good. You kiss and make up. Whatever. You hug it out. Do what you need to do. You just feel good right now. It's just all good, lovey, flowy energy. Lovey-dovey energy. Alright, card number 2. Le Monde. The world. I haven't used these cards in so damn long because I don't like them that much. So I can't believe I remember some of these names in French. But I guess the image kind of helps, doesn't it? So right now, instead of sort of what this card normally represents, you're actually kind of self-centered right now. You're focused on yourself. And sometimes that's good, but now it's in a kind of an egotistical, pleasing way. You're feeding into your ego, but then your angelic birth mother, so to speak, is reminding you to ground yourself as she's adorned with all the green. See, one is in yellow and green, one is in red and yellow, one is in beige and red, and you're a mix of all these, green and red and beige and yellow, and that's the circle of life, and you're standing on the earthly plane, which you are in, surrounded by the spiritual soul, spirit, whatever essence you want to call it. And you're just living in your body, but you don't know what way to turn and choose. You're listening to your earthly mother, but at the same time, you're walking, moving ahead toward, like, the mischievous side of you. And that can be okay sometimes, but it's funny. It's so hilarious. I keep seeing this mischievous energy lately. You guys are just wanting to venture out and dare to do different things outside of your sometimes even comfort zone. This is like an extrovert energy I'm witnessing, and you're just bare naked, exposing the truth, unapologetic, and just relentless. And they're looking down, like shaking their heads at you, but at the same time, you go, girl, or man, whoever you are watching. Your animalistic instinct kind of kicks in. Notice they all have wings, but you don't, obviously, so you can't really, at the end of the day, decide. You can decide, you have free will on Earth, but, like, venturing down a different path is not necessarily going to get you where these people are, their higher selves, is any faster. So just keep that in mind. Don't be so focused on you. Maybe someone needs attending to and you're just ignoring them. Keep that regard in mind on your spiritual journey. We're all here to make mistakes. Who cares? Take the time you need. Alright, the judgment card is coming yet again. It's just kicking you in the face, isn't it? Whoever keeps picking this card day after day. Last card, last day of the month, last of the week, last reading for this month, last card. This is just of utmost urgency to you then. Reminder in former readings about the XX, the crossing, the finishing of something, the ending of a situation. I've analyzed as much as I could into this, but for just this specific day, it's just a slap in the face. It's just a reminder of what yet needs to be done on this earth. Reminder of what you need to accomplish. There is still a ways to go. You feel like you just finished with something and you're this good soul spirit. You're like, yes, I pray, I'm good with Jesus, I'm good. I count my blessings, and you come across as this angelic person, but you still have your demons to work on. You do. Okay? You can gather all the people to follow your ideals and beliefs all you want, and believe that's the way and all this stuff, but work on yourself. Everyone's in their own path. You know the divine. And that can flow through you. You have the magnetic ability to accomplish this higher good essence about you. But don't push yourself to be involved in a group or energy that you're not feeling the vibes of yet. If you want to go out and party and have fun, do it. Experience it. Learn from it. Don't force yourself to be this higher good being when you're not that. Or you're not at that place yet and you just don't get it. You're not vibing with it. It's a lot of things we do are fear-based and what someone may tell us. I'm going to be honest with you, genuinely. One time, this reminds me of a situation I could have encountered or went down that path, but I chose not to. This girl stopped me at an elevator and she was from our religious group. And I'm not going to go too in depth about it, but she just said what she had to say, and she left and gave me a note. At the time, I was the rebellious Tony from Chicago, Illinois. You could not stop me, okay? I threw that note in the garbage, okay? I ripped it up and threw it out. I was so rebellious, I don't even think the note made it to the trash. It just fell on the floor in pieces. I didn't care about that stuff back then. I didn't care about spirituality. I didn't care about the higher good or God or Jesus in the name you pray, amen, all that stuff. Now, I'm still not religious to this day, but nowadays I wouldn't just rip it up aggressively in pieces and toss it near the trash, not even aiming toward the trash, keep in mind. So I've worked on myself enough to get beyond that kind of energy or person I once was, and it took a lot of work. So now I can't even imagine myself doing that to this day. Like, why was I so rebellious back then? And even that's nothing. Like, that's innocent. Like, that scrapes the surface. But regardless, I just had a careless attitude. Like, I always did my own thing. And so that's you right now. That's the kind of energy I'm seeing within you. It doesn't have to be about religion. Religion aside, just don't get yourself involved in things that don't serve your good, your purpose, okay? If you need to mess up, mess up. Don't force the non-mess up, because then you're out of fear, straying away from that path of the mess up which you have to make to learn. And so then another mess up has to happen, or like similar to that scenario, to learn. And then you have to learn, it's almost like you have to learn 2 lessons out of it. Like, you have to learn not to be so fearful of making mistakes and going into the lesson. And you have to learn the lesson overall. So, yeah, looking back, what I learned from that situation was to have an open mind instead of living in fear out of that group, because that particular group she was promoting to me, I was kind of fearful of without a reason, really. I just kept thinking they were judging me rather than it was more me judging myself. And it was nothing personal about that girl. She was really nice, but it was more like not having an open mind, and that was my lesson at the time. And not listening, okay? So, when you get past the fakeness, the facade of your reality now, you're going to realize what path you need to take. And sometimes, like, people say, don't go down the wrong path. Like, there's no such thing as a wrong path. It's just a path. And sometimes you have to take that path to get to the better path, the preferred path, the enlightened path. And there are sayings like you have to go through the dark to get to the light. That is very true. You have to sometimes take a detour down the dark forestry to get to the bright sunrise again. It's just is. It always is and always will be. Okay? Make mistakes. It's okay. Alright, thank you. Subscribe and hit the bell.